Quigley is part of the Superpods network. You can find Superpods on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Patreon, and Twitter at _Superpods. You can also join our Discord at discord.gg/Superpods. Thank you for your continued support, and happy listening.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? This week, we are back with another YouTube video. And this time, I gotta keep it 100%. I have no clue what we're walking into because I literally have no clue what we're walking into. I have not watched this video. Neither, you still haven't watched this video, correct? Sorry, before
I have not watched the video, and
Okay.
I haven't read like the huge Twitter post. I've only seen like comments and reactions to it, which is like obviously everybody's opinion. But no, this is a fresh for both of us across the board.
Okay, well, look, welcome back to the Quigley YouTube channel. Once again, if you guys want to see our recent video a while back, Gunplexion had a video kind of going over some of this beef between him and APG. Of course, after all that was settled, they had an incredible run at the Charlotte Major to qualify for Worlds, and then some drama happened at the event in Charlotte. He ended up getting into an altercation with another player, that being Despiteful. If you go back and watch any of our podcasts, those are also here on the YouTube and, of course, wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcast or Spotify. And you can kind of get our takes, our insights into that situation. Of course, we were there at that event. And then now, it's been a little while. Gunplexion, after that altercation, was of course banned from the HCS. He was not allowed to play with his team at HCS Worlds. And this is the first time that we're seeing anything from him since that altercation in Charlotte. And really, I gotta be honest, I've heard some rumors, I've seen some things around. I haven't had time to jump into the video like we just said. So this is gonna be like a first time reaction of this video that Gunplexion has come out, I guess, talking about everything from, what happened in Charlotte to now, and then I guess whatever's to come next, maybe. I don't know, but I did this whole intro. I didn't even introduce who. Look, we're back with another Quickly video. Me and Banksy are here. Here's the reaction. Take us into it. What do we?
I mean, overall, this is probably the most tight like we've ever stayed back and not seen it. But what you're gonna see on screen here is Gunplexion's video. He recorded the whole thing. Apparently, he shows receipts of something. He speaks his mind on the situation that happened. Now, if you have listened to our podcast, if you've listened to any of the stories that have been told, we'll see what he says here, because there was a rumor around that he showed up on media day for HCS Worlds and had to be escorted out, and his picture was given to security that he could not show up. Now, also in this video, you'll hear some from what I imagine is the allegations towards Despiteful, who he got in the altercation with at Charlotte. Now, at this moment, Despiteful is not banned from Halo. It's just Gunplexion. And I don't believe Gunplexion has an end date for his ban. And he's banned for the physical altercation. He's not banned for anything in game related. So it is what happened outside the game. It just happened at the event.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
I think we just gotta get into it, to be honest, because I have no clue what we're walking into.
I mean, APG woke up out of bed and he had content. Let me tell you. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. It's a 20-minute video. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna pause some. We're gonna talk about it. There's some we might let play through and run it back, and then after the video, we're gonna tackle the spiteful side of what is going on here, right? But here we go, back at home in his bed with his. Is that a Nemesis plushie?
That is a Nemesis plushie.
Oh, Nemesis, I'm sorry about this, man. Oh, Nemesis.
They're not here anymore. Nemesis.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Thursday. Today's date is October 30th. I sincerely miss every single one of you guys. Hope everybody's been well. Hope everybody had a beautiful Halo Worlds last weekend. I've obviously been gone for 3 weeks. It's been a little bit of time since you guys have seen me or been on social media or made a statement. I'm going to catch everybody up within this video for the last 3 weeks of what's been going on in my life and obviously my suspension and what's going on in the future. Okay. First and foremost, my apology to my team, to Angel, the best sniper in the game, Gabriel, the best IGL in the game, Gators, the best jiggle peek in the game, and Ryan, our coach, the best coach in the game. From the bottom of my heart, I've on repeat cried to them. I keep saying sorry. I'm doing everything in my power to make it up to them. But first and foremost, I wanted to apologize to the team, also to Legion Gaming, an amazing org, being able to represent you guys, making a dream come true, getting to Worlds and making pool play. I apologize from the bottom of my heart how immature, unprofessional, and selfish my actions were, and all the consequences that you guys had to go through because of me. I will never forgive myself for it, and I'm sorry. And I'm always going to be here for you guys and make it up to. To everybody that's reached out to me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Discord messages, text, I apologize to anybody I haven't answered. I've been very MIA off my phone. I've been doing a lot of investigation work, self-reflecting. Been trying to just gather my own thoughts and my emotions and my mental health back. But I do see everybody's messages, and I'm very, very thankful to have all of you guys, and I love you all. But I'm right here. It's been a long time, boys.
He's got to stop breathing, bro.
Now, let's get right into the video that everybody saw, from my point of view on stream, at the arena, at the day of HCS North Carolina. For the people who don't know what happened, or really have an idea of why I did what I did, and only seeing or reading one page of the chapter, or one slice of the pie, I'm just going to give you guys the truth and honest as straight up as it can be. Yes, in that video, I come off as the bad guy, I come off as the aggressor, I look like the guy seeking for trouble. 100% I can vouch for that. I end up slapping him in the head, and I will get all into everything that happened.
Okay, so
for the people who've known what's going on for 3 years, that this kid's been harassing me, going after me for 3 years, talking about my family, making videos of incest, obscene content about them. I just came off of making Worlds. I'm at an all-time high. As you guys all saw in the video, I engage him, but I do ask him for forgiveness because I wanted to end right there and then. I was going to shake his hand and just move on with my life. But unfortunately, that wasn't the situation that ended up happening, and not the outcome I wanted to happen. As soon as I asked him for forgiveness, he said, "F your forgiveness." I reacted out of fear because he went in his pocket to grab his phone, I guess to start recording me. So I slapped him in the back of the head. In the heat of the moment, I knew I was wrong because I just reacted out of emotion and all anger through 3 years. As he states in his videos, I stood there like a bitch. I didn't fight back. As you saw, he squared up with me. He swung. He tried slapping me, the whole 9 yards. I wanted to defuse the situation because I realized that we were in the arena. We have kids around. It's very unprofessional. I'm going to risk everything I just worked for out the door. I realized in that quick moment after everything happened. Now, I apologize sincerely to everybody that watched or was around there, like Mini Berserker, my mods, everybody that was with us walking out of the exit. I'm sorry you guys had to witness that, and it was very, very unprofessional of me and very, very childish. So, as you guys know, a week goes by, 2 weeks until Worlds. As you guys heard, I went to Seattle. I showed up there. While the week or two that I was suspended after speaking with HCS, I did some further investigation with my legal team. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of everything because there's only a certain amount that I could talk about from my legal team, they said I could say. But we basically were doing research through online, and legal team looked up this person, Despiteful, and we found some disturbing information about him. We discovered through Randolph County police reports that earlier this year he was arrested, went to jail, charged with a felony, but due to the injustice of our justice system, he took a plea deal and was convicted of a Class 1 misdemeanor for sending obscene content to a 13-year-old girl. I gathered this information. He was streaming about me. He gave up some confidential information on stream that I don't even think he realized that I put into the Dropbox. He gave up some information about how an HCS staff member told him that I was banned, but I didn't get a message from HCS yet, and he went back to the arena. Just a lot of breaching the contract and their code of conduct of what's going on. So I needed to really gather a legal team, get all my information in a Dropbox, and wanted to be as respectful to HCS as possible. I'm not here to fight with them. I'm not here to go to war. I just want to be peaceful and be able to play and be able to state the facts. So when I went to Seattle, my intentions, which...
Huh? Okay. First thing. I need to say this before I get deep into this.
Okay.
First thing. I am not laughing because of his statements. I'm laughing because every time he takes a pause,
He breathes. It's his breath.
Into his microphone.
Yeah, he's just breathing into it. He's just...
Okay. The opening of this was very clean. It felt very corporate. It felt very well versed. It felt very I'm going to apologize to teammates. I'm going to apologize to fans. I'm going to apologize for the mistake. I was in the wrong. My bad. And then it immediately turned to, but my legal team decided to take some.
I'm gonna be honest. We are six minutes in. I am floored by the legal team statement a little bit here.
Yeah.
I maybe we'll get some insight more. He'll talk more about it. He obviously outed something that, it's public information. Really, it's not like it's not. No offense to Despiteful, it is. If he got arrested, he took a plea deal as an adult. We could look him up right now and find it. You know what I mean? It's public information, so it is what it is. But technically, I don't think it was Gunplexion's position here to out that. Now, he could have outed how he was talking about Despiteful going back to the venue, talking to HCS, doing all this stuff that's out of his purview necessarily. You went out of your way to find out if he was banned, if it's all true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's all true, Despiteful goes out of his way to find out all this information, start talking the way he's talking, and for it to get back that Gunplexion's banned before he's actually announced that he's banned is another thing too, where it's that's a problem in itself, right? And
Yeah.
If all this content is true, right? I don't see a person who has no coming back and has apparently a legal team. That's crazy, but I don't see the content that he's bringing up that Despiteful has done being invalid or incorrect. You know what I mean? They might have beef online. So I'm a little, I don't know, man. We're only 6 minutes in and the lawyers are involved.
Yeah. I just keep it 100%. I saw some stuff about this part, but didn't know if it was actually in the video. Didn't know if it was just people. You know what I mean? there's all sorts of people who just make random stupid stuff up on the internet just to try to get clicks and views. So like I didn't really know what, you know what I mean? I didn't want to touch on anything without knowing if it was really said in the video or if it was even going to be a talking point. And yeah, you're right. 6 minutes in, and it's already a talking point.
Yeah, so let's see if maybe he can answer some questions that we are kind of thinking here, because he's starting off hot, and to go for another 14 minutes and he's already throwing out the legal stuff. So
let's just continue. It's
My teammates all knew. I told my teammates I was going out of pocket to go to Seattle. I'm going to try to attempt to make this work and put some faith and light to the situation. I'm very, very thankful that my team supported me coming to Seattle. They made up with me. We walked in the arena. Unfortunately, throughout how busy it was, Tashi, none of them could talk, so I got to speak with one of the other guys that were, I guess, renting out the arena, and they said, quote unquote, that I was just suspended for this event, and for the future, I should be good. That was his words. On my email, I'm indefinite suspension right now. Doesn't state anywhere in the future, but just stated for 2025, and, you know, we hope and pray that we're able to play. Now, back to the spiteful situation that's going on and everything we pulled together with the legal team. His offense that he was hit with and arrested for literally directly aligns with the same long-term pattern of obscene and vile accusations and harassments that me and my family have been dealing with for 3 years. It's not just some online shit talk. It's not, you know, calling me bald or something like that. Like, I don't even care, but to a certain extent, I had to realize that this was getting personal and it was actually not okay what was going on. So I thought HCS should know about that, and they are notified and emailed. I gave them everything they need to know about everything that happened. I tried to make amends with it and try to come to an equal balance with a consequence and try to talk to them, but unfortunately the timing was small and they didn't have much time to look at everything and sit me down. So that was my reasoning for going to Seattle, because I had so much information about this person that he shouldn't have even been out of his county. He shouldn't have even been at the arena in the first place. He shouldn't even be around children. It was just a very, very, very weird situation that I'm still getting to the bottom of, and I'm trying to get everything gathered up and just make the best situation out of it. But I want to let you guys know, for people who don't know what's going on for 3 years, that this kid has like been basically harassing me like he's done for as long as I know. Now, enough of the drama baby stuff. Want to let you guys, inform you guys on some personal family things, that the reason why I took an extra 2 weeks to do what I had to do. My family was out in Europe. My mother fell off a horse. She broke 9 of her ribs. She was hospitalized in Europe for 3 weeks. She couldn't fly. She was stuck there. As you guys all know, I have my granny Dora here, the homie. She is very upset. She's kind of heartbroken. She hasn't been feeling well. First off, she knows that I'm suspended from Halo because of the videos that went viral or surfaced about her and the comments. She knows all about it. She might be 88 and old, but she has common sense and knows what's going on. My mother finally just came home this week from being in Europe for 3 weeks. I'm finally trying to get my family back together. I'm trying to be a really good son. I'm trying to make sure everybody's okay, trying to help out with work, and, you know, just trying to be a good family member of everybody. It's been really, really hard. And that's like, it's kind of weird how life throws you curveballs. One thing happens and then something else happens. So that's why I needed to like personally take these last 2 weeks to take time to myself, gather information, get a legal team. You know, this is not online jokes and beef anymore. This is actually very serious. It's actually very, very disturbing what this kid is able to do and still able to go to events. I also didn't want to bring this up during HCS Worlds because I wasn't trying to be selfish, and I didn't want to put the spotlight on me. Like, it's the last event of Halo. We want to end out with a perfect ending story. We don't want drama. I wanted my team to get as much eyes and as much views on them. Even though I was suspended, I wanted them to get all the attention and all the views. I didn't want this to be about Gunny. I really didn't. I think it's a really selfish thing to do, to be like, yeah, everybody focus on my shit. No. It's HCS Worlds, the last event until God knows how long, and we bite the bullet and move on. But I sincerely wanted to take some time to gather all this stuff and give it to you guys in the right format and make sure I'm not taking eyes off my team, like I said. Sorry for the deep breaths. It's just it's been a very long 3 weeks, and I miss you guys. And there's
It's
just
okay, Gunny. It's
there's a lot I had
okay.
to get off my
It's okay.
chest.
It's all good, man. We
Now
got
that I
you.
told you guys about a little bit about my family, about the whole situation with my legal team, with Halo,
The legal team. It's blowing my
I
mind.
forgive the kid, no matter how crazy that sounds. I forgive this person, and I even asked him for forgiveness at the end of that event. I want to move on in my life. I'm not here to ruin somebody's life. I'm not here to keep escalating situations. I want to just play my game, enjoy my stream, and move on in my life and make the best of my career. The one thing I learned in this situation is that, we have to go back to the kid days where teachers would tell you if something's going on, a situation or drama, please let somebody know at a higher power that could at least have an idea what's going on and, save your ass in the run. You can't take on battles by yourself. We live in 2025 where words aren't words anymore, unfortunately. People will shoot you, they will stab you, they will jump you. They will do anything in today's world to watch you fall and watch you fail. And
True.
I've actually took this into being a 30-year-old man, realized that I can't do this alone. I should have let a higher authority know what's going on. Already gave up the information that this kid's been doing this for 3 years. I was sincerely wrong there. And then taking it into my own hands was another fault that I should have never done. The most important thing I want to tell everybody about the situation is, especially the young kids, the next generation, or if anybody's going through problems or something along these lines, just ask for help, reach out before it's too late, and then they look like you're the bad guy and eyes start turning on you, because at the end of the day, people only see one slice of the pie. And that's why I needed to gather all this information and literally make sure that everybody has a full understanding of this whole story. Yes, Gunny strike this kid, I slapped him, but why? It's not like I just go out and just fight people. I'm not here to argue with people. I'm not here to go have bad blood. But I'm not a guy to back down from you. If you threaten me and you threaten my family, as I was raised as a man, you never put your hands on somebody first. But if somebody threatens you for this long, speaks about you and your family, and makes incest videos and obscene content about them, I was raised to put your own hands into your own matter. Into your own hands, excuse me. As a man, I was so wrong for what I did inside the arena. As a player, role model, public figure, and a competitor, I was so wrong. Morally, as a man, as I was raised, I should have waited till outside the arena. Everything should have just been dealt outside. I shouldn't even give him the opportunity to even fight or talk. But I did want to be the bigger man and ask for forgiveness, and I did. But that wasn't the outcome, unfortunately. You try to be a better person, but it doesn't end up seeming that way. For the people who been bashing my name, thank you. Thank you guys for constantly talking about me. For a lot of you content creators, which you guys know who you are, who's been asking me to make this video and talk about this,
That's us.
I want you guys to know that you're pretty much supporting a criminal.
Wrong.
He is not I
us.
feel like as a man,
Not
he
us.
shouldn't have been in the arena. He shouldn't even been there in the first place. He broke
just here for the
his laws.
content.
He broke the code of conduct of Halo. It shouldn't have happened.
Let me pause it real quick.
Look, that was a very bad time for me to be like, yo! Not us. I don't have support for either side. I'm here impartially. I'm just trying to get all the facts. I want to know both
Yeah.
sides of the story so I understand what's going on. And I also want our viewers to be able to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a lot of places you could go to get your content today, right? You could go to Gunny's stream and get his POV.
Yep.
You could go to APG stream and get his POV. But if you come to our videos, you'll get an unbiased, impartial POV where we are trying to sit down and gather all the resources that are provided to us and really give you a well thought out approach to a mindset that you can take in this.
I do want to say, there has been a lot of content that's downing Gunny and like early on, like siding with Despiteful. And after we finish the video, I want me and you to kind of talk about where everything lies. Like, I don't think either one of them are in the right for what happened at Charlotte.
Let me. Okay, so and I know like Gunny says, and there probably are, right? I mean, you're in a space where you're in the spotlight in certain scenarios, and there's a lot of people who don't really like the guy or whatever. Like, I mean, even if you're a well-liked person, like, there's never going to be 100% of people that like you. That's just how it is, right? And so,
Right.
like, there's going to be people who are just haters of anything that you do. But I feel like he continues to go to this idea of like people talking about his family and people talking about like his loved ones and things. Have you, because like I literally haven't, and I'm not saying that he's lying, I just haven't seen them.
Right.
Have you seen any of these?
I have not.
Okay. And I mean, you know, and I'm saying I haven't seen them. I'm not out here searching for them either. So like that's,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It wouldn't be something that I would just see. I'd have to go try to find it if I was going to see it. But I think my thing would just be like, I have heard multiple, like from multiple people, multiple different Discord servers, multiple different people around the Halo scene saying that like when things happened, like when Gunny, you know, got suspended or banned,
Mhm.
there were a bunch of people saying like, oh, you know, Despiteful's probably, you know, going to party tonight because like apparently he is a Gunny hater from what
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, I heard that too. And you know, you're not gonna like everybody. I mean, it boils down to that. And one thing we've learned about the internet is that it's, I mean, like Gunny said, words are no longer words. People can go a little far with their personal opinions nowadays.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But we have 5.5 more minutes. Let's see if he's just repeating himself necessarily. Um, so sorry to your mom. I hope she's okay because
My mom?
no, Gunny's mom.
Oh, I was like, what?
Falling off a horse. Like, sorry that
Oh.
you had to deal with that. That you know what happens when you break a rib? You can't do nothing. You have to just wait it out. Just saying. You break anything like ribs or sternum, you have to just wait for them to heal. You're not in a body cast. That's what TV makes you. You're not in a body cast. So that's rough. But let's see if he just kind of circles back to it, or if we get anything else. Because I don't like after this, we're gonna tackle the twit longer here and see. Because right now we're obviously starting out. We have the physical altercation between Despiteful and Gunny. Gunny has admitted to smacking him on the back of the head. Then we get this. This is step 2. And then we're going to get Despiteful's response to this video and the allegations he's bringing up. All right?
Yes.
See what happens.
But as a man, I'm paying the consequences. I'm taking some self-reflecting time to go over this. And I really hope that like sticks with you guys about how serious this was and it's not okay. I'm not a guy to fight for you. As long as you guys known me, I just stick up for myself. People say I have beef with everybody. People just don't like me. They don't like the truth. They don't like that I'm very outspoken. And I don't give a shit, respectfully, because that's the world we live in, and I have to be truthful and faithful to God. I'm not a perfect human. I'm trying to be on a new leaf, not fight, not argue with people, not curse. I'm not perfect, so I'm trying in every way, shape, or form to be the better person I can be. But for the future of Halo and what I'm going to do, I'm going to hopefully still compete with the Bros and Gators. I spoke to the team. Maybe we'll do some online tourneys, some off-season tourneys still. I'm praying and hoping. I'm obviously going to go back to my streams daily. We're going to do workout streams again. I'm going to try to do everything I can IRL-wise, now that Halo's kind of like taking a break. We'll get our toes dipped into Battlefield 6, into some Halo. Some COD. But I wanted everybody to know that I haven't hit underneath a rock. I'm not running. I'm not doing anything. I just needed to get my mental health back. I needed to gather all my information. I did get a legal team on this. This is not some drama bullshit shit talking. This is very personal. This impacted my family. My family's not doing well. I'm very blessed my mother is home now, even though she broke 9 of her ribs and she can't breathe well and she's not moving. It's just a blessing that, you got to appreciate the little things in life. And I just want to also say that I'm very blessed for everybody that's been standing by my side, wondering where I'm at. I never left. I never will leave. I'm never backing down from battles. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. When I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong,
Never
I
back
will
down, never
admit when I'm
what?
wrong, and I will give you guys an opportunity for my apology. I'm not looking for a lot of you guys to forgive me, to, feel bad for me. That's not the purpose of this video. This purpose of the video is to give the respect to my teammates, my platform, all the people who's been worried about me, even my haters. I wanted to give you guys the closure to knowing that Gunny's alright. I am going through some personal things. I'm gonna be fine. It's part of being a man, testing my faith towards God. But most importantly, I have to give a shout out again to Mini Berserker. Kid's been phenomenal. Apparently he's been streaming every day, putting his in there as for Gunny. My brother, my sister, my family, all of my mods have been with me every night on stream, in Discord, hanging out. I'm beyond blessed to have the community that I've made with these people and the relationships we've had. To everybody else, I hope that you guys could look at this story and realize that that one video of me was just one slice of the pie. I'm not saying what I did was right, but I had a reasoning behind what I did. I'm only human. There's only so much a human mentally could handle and keep and contain. But I want everybody to know from the bottom of my soul as a human, I love you guys. I'm sorry. And that will never happen again. I will grow from this. I hope everybody grows from this. I hope everybody realizes that it was a life learning lesson for all of us. And I'm really sorry for my community that has impacted and my team for the consequences they had to deal with. I love you guys significantly. I will get back to stream this week. We'll start jumping into things.
And he
But
did.
really, really special shout out to Mini Berserker's family, man, for being incredibly supportive to me. They're actually incredible people. I sincerely am very thankful for everybody I've met along this journey. The job's not done. It's still one family, one team, one playbook. We go back to the lab, we go back to shooting the wall, we go back to reading our daily declarations of faith, and we go back to the routine. I love you guys. It took a long time to make this video, I'm not gonna lie, with a lot of deep breaths, a lot of tears to make this video, so I know it's been a little bit 18 minutes and 30 seconds. There's a lot that I need to discuss. It's been 3 weeks, so I think you guys all deserve to know that. For anybody that sits through this video and wants to listen to it all, I appreciate. But life's amazing. Appreciate the little things. Appreciate your family. Life's not over. It's just another hurdle in the road. And I love you guys. I guys hope you have a beautiful Halloween. If I don't see you by then, be safe. Stay close to your family. The truth will come out more. The investigation's still going on, and hopefully we get some more closure on what my future plays will be like. I love you all, and thank you guys for this. Ciao.
And that's whenever they won their game.
So let's go to the big screen. Let's get our beautiful faces up here. Ben. Right. Express.
In a good way without having some sort of script to look at. You could tell he was looking off to the side, maybe getting the points and topics that he needed to touch on. So not to say there's anything wrong with that, but it definitely felt very like kind of down the line. Like maybe this legal team was telling him, hey dog, like don't say nothing crazy. Let's just apologize to the fans. Let's apologize to the team. Let's say we're looking towards the future and let's just get out of the video,
Right.
But I do have to say, W for taking some accountability at least. I know a lot of people were saying when they watched the video, you can't even tell if he hit him. You can't even tell if he hit him, and so he didn't come out and say, well, you couldn't even tell if I hit him in the video, so I'm
Oh,
pretty sure I
yeah.
didn't even hit him. Like, he came out and he said, I slapped him in the head, I hit him. He definitely could have tried to run away from that narrative, but he stuck with it. He took he's taken the fall on that at least. I don't know. I don't feel like there's really much to pick apart from that, other than he came out and said, "I'm sorry, my bad, I did this. I'm gonna try to grow from it onto the next." Whether
Right.
he actually means that he's sorry and actually is going to grow from it, I don't know. That's just something that he'll have to prove, I guess, through growth that we're able to see, whether it be in the next game or whether it be next year with whatever sort of esports scene we have, if he's allowed to play. I don't know.
Right. So, I mean,
Did you pull up the? Do you have the screen up, or did you pull it up?
I'm about to,
Okay.
but when it comes to like Gunny's situation here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna go dig for whatever's been happening between him and Despiteful. I'm not digging for it.
Yeah.
But on my end, I'm gonna say as a content creator, with what we do in business here, like with networking and trying to build something, if it is true, if everything's true, and anybody can correct me, anybody can show me proof, go at it. If it is true that Despiteful does this, you're in the wrong, Despiteful. You can hate me for saying that all you want. You're in the wrong because you're obviously going out of your way on someone you don't like. There's no point in it. Like,
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, and like, I think we do read through this. I think we do kind of show the spiteful side too, because like I said earlier, like it's not our job, but like with what we're trying to do here is not to just show one side of the argument and then leave it at that. We're trying to show both sides and allow anybody who watches this video to be able to take their own viewpoint away from seeing both sides of it, not just one or the other.
yeah.
I don't really have much I want to say on it, just because I don't think that there's a clear cut side to choose here, because we don't know 100% who's right or who's wrong.
Right.
But do you want me to just read this, or?
Sure. I mean,
I can read this part. You want me to?
well, let's kind of pick it apart here. We don't have to read it word for word. I mean, look at me scroll.
Well, yeah. Well, I think definitely reading at least the part where he's trying to explain what he did,
Right.
or what he didn't do.
Like, this is the part that I find crazy. Debunking all the allegations against me and proving my innocence. So, now, let me lay it out for you. You take any plea deal, you go to court for any reason, you are not proving your innocence. No matter what, you were going to go to court. And if you took a plea deal, you were not going to win. So, and that's just the reality of the legal system, like we're the American legal system. So you're like proving your innocence. I want to see obviously what happens, but anyone defaming my name will be sued, and please read the files attached. Mr. Jones is the prosecutor of the case and Walker is a lawyer. A year and a half ago, I fell victim to a devastating betrayal by my own cousin, who deliberately set me up in a situation that could have ruined my life. What started as an innocent request for an introduction turned into a nightmare involving deception, underage individuals, and a court battle. I want to share my experience in detail to warn others about the dangers of trusting family without question, and to highlight how the justice system can sometimes recognize the truth, omit manipulation. This is my full account, supported by court evidence. What?
I'd like to just read these next three. You want me to, or do you want to take it?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My cousin, who at the time shared a home with his girlfriend, her sister, and another female roommate who was just a friend of the household. I was interested in my cousin's. I had to read on mine because I was interested in my cousin's girlfriend's sister. Wow, what a mouthful. I asked him to connect us. He agreed and provided what he claimed was her phone number, along with fake photos to make her appear as a 21-year-old adult. Unaware of any deceit, I began texting her, building what I thought was mutual interest over the course of a week. She asked me to send something explicit. In a moment of poor judgment, I sent an explicit photo, a decision I deeply regret and have learned from profoundly. She responded positively, asking when we could meet in person. She said that week, still under the impression she was the adult woman my cousin had described. Shortly after I was on a phone call with my cousin, he said, "Hold on, I'll be right back," and left the phone on the bed. Still connected while waiting, the call connected me unexpectedly to the household's other female roommate, the friend, not the sister. We started chatting casually, and she mentioned something about high school, which immediately struck me as odd, given the context. I guess I should keep going here. That's a terrible place to end.
Yeah.
Sensing something off, I directly asked her age. She casually replied that she was 15. Stunned, I pressed further about the girl I'd been texting, the one my cousin had introduced me to. The roommate confirmed she was also underage. I was in fear and disbelief. I hung up the call immediately to process what I'd been tricked into. I texted my cousin, telling him he needed to step outside and call me. When he did, I confronted him. "Bro, you set me up with a minor." His response was a blatant lie. He claimed, "I didn't know she was." Despite living in the same house with all of them for months, it was impossible for him not to know their ages. This was a setup, likely motivated by malice or some twisted household dynamic. His deception exposed me to unthinkable legal risk.
I'm blown away right now. Where are these
Okay.
kids' parents?
And it does get more because he adds some pictures of things that I actually do want to look at more, but like pictures, not, okay, that sounds really bad, not pictures of anything specific, pictures of like
Legal
the
documents.
text, legal documents and things. Yeah. Okay. Just to pick apart my viewpoint from this, from what we've just read. Okay, number one. If it is true that it was all a lie and he whatever, okay? How old is Spiteful? Please let me check. Hold up. I do not have a thing, so I don't know.
We could probably look at the legal documents.
He's got to be he's got to be mid-20s, right? Got to be mid-20s, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. You are in your 20s, okay? And I'm sorry, I'm not saying that every 20-something-year-old is the smartest person on the planet, and I'm not saying that people don't make mistakes, but there is no world, and I truly do believe this. There's no world where you should be texting a woman that someone else has introduced to you, and you have never seen them in person. Like, I'm sorry, that it's a like. In the world that we live in today, that is a risk you cannot take. Catfishing is at an all-time high, and that is, like, I just don't see where that was ever a genuine, like, good thought in his mind.
I agree.
On the other side, that's kind of screwed. That's very messed up. If it is true that someone set him up like that, I don't know, right? Like, same thing. I don't know all the facts or all the what the truth is in all of this. But if that is true, that's very messed up, and it is kind of weird. Like, I don't either way, dude. Just don't text somebody like you haven't met this girl, dude.
Right.
I don't care if it's your cousin setting you up or if it's some dude you just met on the street. Like, you've never met this chick, and you are texting her, and not only just texting her, you're sending explicit photos?
Yeah, so a lot of it just seems like it's on him as an adult. I'm gonna say as an adult. And no offense, you young adult or not, you have a responsibility to yourself and the people around you. You choose who to trust. I don't care if it's your family. I don't care, like you just said, if it's some random guy on the street. You didn't meet this person. And you don't, catfished or not, there's a whole show about it. I mean, they taught you the risk, essentially. And then I would love to know what kind of malice your cousin has, to want to do this anyways. My cousins, we're not perfect. We're not the same. We're actually complete opposites. But I could never think of doing this to him. I don't think he could ever think of doing this to me, no matter how much arguments we got into or what our living situations were. My cousin doesn't want to do something that can land me in jail for life. You know what I mean? He might, if he didn't like me, I imagine he just wouldn't talk to me, kind of deal. Like,
yeah,
just overly crazy. But I mean, let's see what's going on in this legal aftermath situation here, because this one's a little. I want to know, I want to know what's kind of going through it, but it's like the legal aftermath and justice served. The situation escalated quickly, leading to my arrest and a court appearance. I cooperated fully, horrified by the betrayal and my own. I don't think I was supposed to say and. Oh, naivety.
yeah, naivety. Like he's naive.
I didn't know that was a word. Not gonna lie to you.
Yep.
In court, the prosecutor reviewed the evidence, including texts, call logs, my immediate reaction upon learning the truth, and addressed the judge directly. He said that based on the facts, I had no prior knowledge of her being underage and recommended a lighter punishment. Instead of facing felony charges, I was convicted of a misdemeanor. I'm not required to register as a sex offender, and this outcome reflects the court's recognition that I was deceived. I've attached excerpts of the court transcript below. The prosecutor's words are clear. My lack of knowledge of her age and was no evidence to support that I knew her real age. Lesson learned in moving forward. This ordeal shattered my trust in family and taught me harsh lessons about online interactions, consent, and verification. I take full responsibility for my actions, including the explicit photo, but the core issue was my cousin's malice setup. I've since sought therapy from the trauma of the events that occurred and betrayal, rebuilt my life, and came back stronger. I'm sorry to my peers and friends. Now, before we get into the transcripts here, State versus Jackson. My thing, there is a level of sophistication, communication that can happen on the phone from a 15-year-old to like a 20-year-old, right? At the beginning of this, we hear there's only one phone call, and it's the phone call with his cousin where randomly this girl picks up. He says, by the way, I'm 15, right? So now, like, she just outs herself as 15. We didn't hear the actual phone call. We're taking his word for it.
Yeah.
But in it, the prosecutor reviewed evidence including text and call logs. Does that mean there was more than one phone call with this female? You know what I mean? Like, we'll maybe they'll bring it up in the transcripts. But if you're on the phone, I look, I got a 14-year-old. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, and not to make this weird or anything, but like, you have to have a completely different viewpoint on this because you have kids. Like, you have 4 girls, correct?
Yeah, and in my opinion, and I'm not trying to defame you, Despiteful. Whatever legal thing you think you can hold on the internet, you're an idiot. Already, without me reviewing this transcript, you're stupid. And
Can you please speak your name into the microphone real quick?
no.
Banksy Boy said that, not Chaos. Just say it.
But like having kids are dumb. Okay. I grew up in the age of MySpace. My wife grew up in the age of like AOL chat rooms and
don't add her out. Whoa! Don't add that.
But like grew up in AOL chat rooms. I grew up like in Yahoo chat rooms. Like that was a thing in my growing up.
2 unks.
Yeah, thanks, man. But in that day and age, you didn't know who you were talking to.
Yeah. Well, you still don't today.
But the thing is, we weren't dumb enough in a less controlled environment to do that stuff, right? At any point, a person on the other end could have been any type of like pedophile, overage male, whatever on the other side of that chat room.
Yep.
And we never thought, and we've had these conversations as parents because we have 4 daughters. We've had these conversations of how can we help them and control the environment they're in to where they feel safe, they feel in their own control in the world, but they're not at risk to being in an AOL chat room. Right?
Yeah.
And I just, talking to the kids, if I put our oldest on the microphone and I put a 20-year-old on the microphone, you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
You can automatically be like, okay, that is an older woman. Okay, that is a younger woman. Right? Like,
yeah, never once have I heard someone in the background of your room and been like, "Oh, is that your wife?" when it was your kid talking. You know what I mean? Like that's
right.
never once has anyone had to question that.
Right. It's always like, tell Steph. Well, I'll say it. We've talked about Steph before. Tell Steph I said,
Yeah.
hey, if you can tell it's my wife. You're
Yeah,
not
like,
dumb
there's,
enough.
there's no.
Yeah.
Is that your wife or is that your kids?
Yeah. Like there's just obviously a level of intelligence that's not hitting in this legal aftermath. So I can't wait to see what these transcripts entail. Because you're right. Maybe it's his first offense. Maybe, he gets off on a misdemeanor because he quote unquote didn't know. But then that's blind ignorance, man.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, in the court of law, and I would like to make this be known before we even get into it, the transcript does say state of North Carolina versus him. So in the court of law in North Carolina, let's just go ahead and say the judgment system in North Carolina is not great right now as it is, without getting political or anything. But in the court of law, they may be able to write stuff off as, oh, well, he didn't know, so it's going to be a misdemeanor. But in the ideas of like moral standards and just the way that we look at things as society, it does not matter if you didn't know. Like, you should be taking precautions to keep yourself from that anyways.
Literally. And I mean, and he's not showing the whole thing. I'm gonna lay it out right there. He's showing he's showing 2 pictures.
And I just want to touch on 2 points because I did read a little ahead here while we were talking. If you will zoom into the top of that page. Oh, it won't let you. Usually whenever I click, it gives me like a little. Maybe not. Okay. Well, if you look at the top of that page, it says at the very beginning. I think you can read it. It's all good.
Yeah. I don't know why.
On that day, in line 3. On that day, Your Honor, I will just refer to the victim as by her initials. Blank. He blanks out the initials, which is fair. Like keeping that out of the way. She was. Why does he mark out the age?
Right after he told us.
Why did he mark out the age?
After he told us the age, in his excerpt here, but also we've heard Gunny say it was 13.
Okay, and then secondly, and I do understand that it is the court of law, and there's ways that you have to word things, and there's ways that you have to say things so that it doesn't get taken out of context, or so that it's not used against you, or whatever. But if you skip to the second page,
this one right here?
Yeah, to the next. Yep. At the very bottom, line 7, or actually we'll start with line 6 or 5.5. I don't know. But still, he understands his behavior was inappropriate, and he wants to take responsibility for it. Okay. So, yes, while in this area, and it does say that up here above, it does say, essentially, he did not have any idea in line 3 and 4 that this young woman was underage. It also says that he knows that it was inappropriate and wants to take responsibility for it. So there's definitely a idea in his mind that what he did was wrong, and what he did, he's taking responsibility for. So saying that he did nothing wrong, you see what I'm saying? Like, why would you take responsibility for something if you don't think you did anything wrong?
that's where I think, like, in court, he would have been found guilty as a sex offender. It's now there are some mistakes in this world, but by law, it's very black and white. It is what it is. So by court, he sent the picture. He would be a sex offender. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I think he got a very lenient judge because I've seen a lot of people in my state that have, like, when we see the mug shots come through and we want to see what's going on in the state, where it's the exact same situation, they had no idea, they still got a misdemeanor with the caveat of being on a sex offender list. Like, I've seen that a lot. He got a very lenient judge because he no offense, he should be on a sex offender list, is my opinion. Because it doesn't matter. If you have a brain injury, if you're autistic, if you have any type of learning disability that holds you back from thinking ahead, if you are an adult and you were to do something of this nature with a minor present or to a minor, even without knowledge, because let's say you have a disorder that you don't know what's going on, you can't hold yourself accountable. You are a sex offender. And that's the sad truth of the legal system. So you being in this state, and like you said, legal system's not that great up there, but I think he got off and he shouldn't have. I'm fine with a misdemeanor. I think he should be on the sex offender list because, like, tackling this, okay? Tackling this is a problem in itself, right at the beginning. Tells you the day, the initials, the age, which is blocked out, which is already a problem because you already told us her age. Why are we blocking out her age? Because if it is an issue that you were talking about her age, you've already caused that issue in your post. Okay, you've already, like, it's already an issue. But the child was having difficulties with her mother regarding behavior and things, and that caused the mother to blank to take some steps. The one thing that she did was go into her cell phone and found where during an online conversation, the child had been sent a picture blank of a man's private parts. Okay. In any event, Your Honor, she called the police as she should have. The police investigated. They tracked it back using the online verification and the numbers and all the various and sundry things that they do. So the police did everything they did to find Despiteful, where he lives, whatever. Your Honor signs these warrants all week long. They were able to track it back to the defendant and determine that it was him. So I would say, Your Honor, in looking at the file, the evidence is not crystal clear by any stretch that he knew he was dealing with a juvenile. In any event, because it's charged as a dissemination, it didn't offer much in terms of moving the case. So I will explain my thoughts on this, Your Honor. I spoke to Officer Coleman with probation. So I'm going to guess the arresting officer. And she told me if we really felt that way, they should treat it as a sex offender specific probation, even though it wasn't something that naturally flowed from the statute, even though it wasn't a registrable offense. So it was that my feeling, I don't understand this notion that we deal with every day, people deciding that they need to send pictures of their privates to everybody, but can't deny it's happening all the time. It seems, so is my feeling under the circumstances, and I don't think it cuts to this. It does not. He skips a page. This thing. Because this is page 14 and 15. This is page 11 and 12. I think they had to fight for his ruling. And like I said, the law is black and white. If you can counter it, you can honestly murky the waters for it. If you do it, yes. Did he do it? I don't know. Like, did he do it on purpose? Like, you start throwing questions at it. He obviously didn't get a jury, but like,
Yeah, from
go ahead.
I want to let you keep going because I feel like you have a lot to say here. I just want to kind of throw my final piece on it is from what I'm seeing here, because I don't want to take a side on either way, right? From one side, Gunny's in the wrong because he shouldn't have been doing what he did at Charlotte. Okay,
Right.
he should be banned for however long he's banned. He was in the wrong. On another side, I don't know why, he all of a sudden decided to start witch hunting Despiteful. I feel like that's something he should have been doing with HCS, not necessarily like a public service announcement,
Right.
Because that's the thing where like HCS should know. Like if there's things like this going on, you know, these people should not be at events, and you know what I mean.
Right.
And then on the side of Despiteful, if what he's saying is true, he got put into a really terrible situation by people that he thought he could trust, and in a lack of better judgment, he decided to make a stupid decision. If what he is saying is not true, that's a completely different story that I'm not going to get into here. But that's a completely different ball game. But I just feel like it's really like you just have to be so much more careful. Like there is no guarantee in this world of anything, and sending a picture to anyone is a risk. You know what I mean? It's just like
Right.
just you have to be smarter with your image and what you're putting out on the internet or to someone specifically. It's just a very terrible decision to make in any situation.
Yes, it's very it's very like it's such murky waters with this whole thing. Like in his statement, I mean, why not? Catfishing technically is not illegal, but it you can get the police involved, right? Like you are
Mm-hmm.
that you are allowed to as a person. I know how embarrassing it is, right? You're like, oh no. But she lived with her mom, according to the court transcripts, because the mom found the messages.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, so like even more like murky waters. It's a lot of questions now. And not coming at Despiteful or anything. Like, yes, Gunny's wrong. Don't physically touch anybody. Cool. You wanted to get forgiveness and move on from what this kid's been doing to you. Honestly, no, screw him. He's just an internet troll. No offense to Spiteful. But like Gunny, that was dumb on your part. Forget the guy. You're a religious man. I understand that. You're very, forgive and forget. No. The internet is like we're in 2025. It's just too bad. Forget that guy, move on, build your brand. But in this case, I honestly just have a lot more questions after reading it. I don't think Despiteful defended himself in any way with this. He showed us 4 pages, not even 3.5 pages of court documents that don't really answer anything, but say that he didn't, he's got a misdemeanor and he's not a sex offender. In my opinion, it's wrong. What he did, sadly, he should be a sex offender. There are legal things that put you on a sex offender list for a time period, not forever. But what he did is what he did. And there's really not any defending it because according to the court, according to the court documents that he says down here, call logs, multiple phone calls, multiple text messages. It's just one of those things that I think it is. They're wrong on both ends. Honestly, this shouldn't have come to light. Gunny should have kept it to himself. Despiteful.
Well, kept it between him and the legal team and probably Halo staff or whatever,
Yeah. Just made it like a vague post. Despiteful. You shouldn't have said a word. All you've done is proven that, for one, you were going to let it disappear on its own. So you weren't going to do anything about it when you found out, quote unquote, the truth. In my eyes, there were multiple phone calls, not just one. And what you said is that there's one. So again, there's some conflicting things. And why is your cousin doing this to you? If she supposedly lived with him, you were able to have all these conversations that lawyers had to review. And her mother was involved. So ultimately, a lot of unanswered questions with what the Spiteful has said. You know, I've kind of said I don't agree with him saying he's proving his innocence, or debunking any of the allegations. You didn't debunk nothing. You told us the truth. You told us that you did it. I mean, like you said, he blocked out the age in this photo, but in his statement, he says her age. Where is it at? It's somewhere in here. Oh, here you go. Left the phone on the bed, still connecting. Talked about high school. She replied she was 15. We're blocking out the age. It might be a legal thing, right? Like, hey, don't give them the initials and her age.
That is true.
Like, it could be a legal thing, but you've already messed up. You told us supposedly how old she is. So I can't do whatever. And this says state of North Carolina versus, is it Jackson? I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, I think that is. I think that's his name, or like his last name, maybe.
We'll see. Then it says Mr. Jones.
Jackson Jones.
Oh wait, no, this was another lawyer. But his name's on his Twitter.
Yeah, Jay. So maybe he's Jay Jackson. Maybe Jackson's his last name.
So why are we blocking out our first name? We're blocking out weird stuff. We're
I don't know.
Overall, you shouldn't have made the post. Like, my side of it, overall, you should be on the sex offender list. I'm sorry, right? It sucks. It does. Like, I feel bad for you, dude. You're in a horrible situation and you made a mistake. Guess what? People go to jail for making mistakes. So I think ultimately they're both in the wrong. Both of them are in the wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything that you can convince me otherwise to say that it's one side or the other. Knowing what I know now, Gunny's ban should not be infinite. Knowing what I know now, they should both be banned. However long that time period is, it is what it is. But they should both be banned. And if anybody thinks I'm crazy for that take, that's on you, whatever. But it's obviously, if this has actually been going on and Gunny provides the proof of the continuous harassment, which is not free speech, by the way. Free speech defends you from speaking against your government, not slander and attacking someone on the internet. So before anybody out there is like, he can say what he wants. You're right, he can. And there are consequences for what you say. And right now, the only thing I'm seeing is consequences to Gunny and none to the other party in it. And I did see, I know we talked about it earlier, I did see online the people that were praying for Gunny's downfall. I'm not going to scroll in the comments either of the Twitter because I've read some of the comments. It's not great in it. I'm not showing it on screen. But it's one of those things where you're split. Everybody's now looking at Despiteful that you're wrong, bro. And Despiteful's trying to defend himself on the internet. He needs to stop. Like at this point, he needs to stop. And the people that are defending him, which is not, it's far and few between. The people that are defending him, stop. Okay? If we're gonna do the things that happen with Dr. Disrespect, which is apparently the exact same situation, Despiteful, you get the same treatment. Plain and simple. You get the same treatment as anybody else that would have done it. And it's technically in the same situation.
Yeah.
I see the mugshot. But I definitely, I think at this point we see what happens. I think they both need to be banned, not forever. And the court system did what they did. Okay, he's not a sex offender. I think he should be. He's allowed at those events, no matter Gunny's opinion says what he says. Despiteful is allowed in public. Probably shouldn't be allowed to have a cell phone. But he's allowed in public around younger people. And the internet, your opinion can be your opinion. Despiteful, I think you should take a back seat and just get away and move on, because your internet career might be done. Yeah. And that's what I gotta say. Come at me. You can't sue me for any of that, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, no, this actually turned into a lot more than I was expecting. I can't lie, I was not expecting this much in this video. To be fair, I was thinking this was going to be like a 20-25 minute video and then we were going to be done. This is insane.
It blew up so much more than I thought it was going to be. I mean,
yeah,
who would have thought that somebody would have outed themselves as a pedophile? Same.
Well,
sorry, not sorry. But yeah, you know what? Then send us off, you know?
Well, I can't say I appreciate you guys for being here because you probably wish you weren't here. No, but we do appreciate the support, even when it's videos like this where I honestly don't know what we just watched or read. We do appreciate the support. Of course, as always, we do enjoy giving you guys rundowns of the latest Halo news, of course, community news and things like that. If you want to continue keeping up with us, you can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us here on YouTube, or I guess subscribe on YouTube. We also stream here and there on Twitch, especially when events or things are going on. And of course, the podcast every week, as well as what else do we do? As well as a college Halo prediction show on Twitch. So just make sure to continue watching the videos, continue supporting as best you guys can, and we will continue to make content for you guys to watch. That's all I got. You got anything else?
No, that's it. Enjoy the ride, and hopefully we don't have to have such a weird Halo conversation.
Yeah, let's make the next video more like vibey, you know? Let's have a vibey video.
Yeah, this one was...
That's all I got. Peace.
Peace.